Good evening and welcome to the evening news for today, Wednesday, April 27, 2022. I am Jemima Holmes. Thank you for tuning in. Now let's take a look at some of the lead stories tonight. MOHAMED'S enterprise partners with Chinese firm for US $25 million quarry project. Foreign investors want to spend over US $10 million to develop number 63 beach. CSEC delays start of CSEC and CAPE exams by 3 weeks. MUSTAPHA not taking chances with City Hall during rainy season, and almost 20,000 new eligible voters recorded in GECOM'S continuous registration exercise. Now for the news in detail. HADIS World Incorporation, a subsidiary of MOHAMED'S enterprise, has partnered with China Harbor Engineer Company Guyana Inc. to pursue its US $25 million quarry project as it seeks to cater to the needs of the country's booming construction sector. Vanu Manichand has the details.
In June 2021, HADIS World Inc. secured its quarrying license from the Natural Resources Ministry. On Wednesday, the company signed a long-term agreement with Czech Guyana Inc. to establish the quarries along the Mazaruni River in Region 7, where the Chinese company will produce boulders and quarry aggregates for local and foreign construction markets. At the simple signing ceremony, Mr. Nazar Mohammed of MOHAMED'S Enterprise explained that with his company undertaking several major infrastructure projects, including the Vredenhoop port facility, the demand for a quarry is there.
And there are so many other projects, road projects, so many bridge, and so there is a demand for quarry products. And so we have decided, we have been in discussion for about a year now, and we have now finally entered this agreement where we are partners in this huge project. Czech is the one who would be doing the supplying of the quarry product. They're going to set up the quarry along with HADIS World Incorporated.
Meanwhile, Director of Czech's Americas Division Dr. Jimin Hu, who is based in Panama, noted that the Chinese company has been in Guyana for over 10 years and understands the markets here as well as the demand. Hence its decision to partner with HADIS World Inc. to operate the quarries.
We work with HADIS together as strategic partner to explore and supply the aggregate the materials for the construction industry. We believe, along with the economy booming in Guyana, we can provide the better and sufficient infrastructure equipment, with a high efficient. So we believe we can contribute with this country's development together.
HADIS World obtained the license for Quapao Quarry Areas 1 and 2 and Atana Quarry Blocks 1 and 2 in the Mazaruni Mining District 3. The project will not only bring benefits to the construction sector by supplying operators, but will also see the creation of jobs for locals. Construction on the US $25 million quarry project is expected to start in 2 months' time. Reporting for the Evening News, Vanu Manichand.
A group of foreign investors is proposing to spend over US $10 million to develop the number 63 beach in Region 6 in order to give the scores of tourists who flock there every year a better tourism experience. Our Berbice correspondent Andrew Carmichael tells us more.
The investors are registered under the name BCD number 63 Beach Investment with a Brooklyn, USA address. BCD number 63 Beach Investment is a consortium of companies, and they want to invest in a resort and entertainment hub at the beach. The investors recently met with the Central Quarantine Chamber of Commerce, where they discussed how to move forward with the initiative. One of the investors is Kevin Thorpe, the managing director of Connor Glory Limited. Another is Vernon Bedesi of the Bedesi Distribution Corp, who says the investors are willing to spend an estimated $10 million.
Let's say the full control of the beach, where we would have, for example, from if it's 57 to 64, from the Coconut division, from private lands. We will clean the beach daily, maintain the beach. We ask the government to bring in water and power to a certain point, and we will then have solar water. We would have a lifeguard station, showers and washrooms, not like what you see there. We're talking like American standard style, whatever's at American beaches, so to speak. We will bring the road. We would like to see the government continue that seawall throughout the beach, but when they do that, we will make a ramp to go down. So there was a very easy ramp to be made to go down. So the beach.
While the beach runs for several villages along the Quarantine coast, access has been made at number 62 and 63 villages, making those areas more popular. BDC said, apart from government giving the prime part of the beach to them, they also want to enter into an arrangement with government that will ensure restrictions are in place forbidding others to do any building or development on other sections of the beach. President of the Chamber, Mohamed Rafiq, said the organization was going to take the proposal to government. Meanwhile, First Lady Arya Ali has included the number 63 beach as part of her national beautification project and has already commenced constructing a children's play park which, when completed, will be equipped with all the necessary amenities and washroom facilities. Only recently, the Central Quarantine Chamber called on central government to help the number 5274 Neighborhood Democratic Council to manage the beach, noting that the NDC does not have sufficient resources to do so. Andrew Carmichael, The Evening News.
TECHNIPFMC Guyana, which is the provider of drilling and subsea production systems for ExxonMobil's offshore activities, on Tuesday opened a modern oil and gas support facility at Macdoum on the east bank of Demerara. Find out more in this Lawana McAllister report.
Since 2016, TECHNIPFMC, a global oil and gas company, has been active in Guyana. TECHNIPFMC Guyana is a provider of drilling and subsea production systems for the 3 sanctioned development projects offshore Guyana. The company also provides services associated with the installation, mobilization, demobilization, storage, and maintenance of assets provided for the projects. The company has since moved its operations supporting Guyanese projects from Trinidad to Guyana. The opening of this new facility at Macdoum, East Demerara, is part of that transition. Prime Minister Mark Phillips, speaking at the opening ceremony, said that the government is resolved in its commitment to ensuring that the economic prosperity of the country is the economic prosperity of the society.
My government, at the beginning of this year, signed into law the local content bill that gives priority to Guyanese nationals and companies to procure goods and services and for employment. I reiterate His Excellency President Ali's commitment that the bill is only the beginning of a great journey for Guyana, as these developments will undoubtedly bring more positive outcomes for the country, its economy, and by extension, its people.
President of TECHNIPFMC, John Lance, said that the company is committed to the Guyana market.
We're committed to continuing our development in Guyana and our Guyanese talent. In addition, we have over 70 local suppliers that we've developed here at our facilities here. We're extremely grateful for all the support we've been given to make the opportunities available to our local workforce, which, by the way, during the pandemic, we didn't have any stoppages, which is phenomenal if you think about the pandemic and the challenges that we've all faced around the world. We're extremely proud of our people, and we're extremely proud of our facility that represents an incredible collaboration among many people that are here.
President of ExxonMobil Guyana, Alistair Routledge, said that since the first discovery of oil in the country 7 years ago, the industry has grown tremendously, with an investment approaching $30 billion by ExxonMobil.
Just in the last few days alone, we've celebrated the launching of the Vredenhoek shore base and port development on the west bank of the Demerara. We've celebrated GECOM'S investment in a new dredge, a full-scale dredge. And here we are today. It's like the the third of the triple head. We get to celebrate with TECHNIPFMC the tremendous investment that they have made here, as we just heard from John, not just in the facilities, but also in the people.
Reporting for the evening news, Lawanda McAllister.
The government's publishing of all the Natural Resource Fund transactions, which was done in the interest of transparency and accountability, will soon be followed by the gazetted transactions being laid in Parliament. Gerald Bryan reports.
In an interview with this newscast on Tuesday, Finance Minister Dr. Ashney Singh was asked about the recently gazetted inflows to the Natural Resources Fund. He pointed to the NRF Act, which mandates the release of such information, and noted that the government was fulfilling its commitment to transparency.
This is a reflection of the strengthened transparency provisions that we have incorporated into the NRF Act, and is a part of the broader strengthening of the NRF. As you know, the old NRF Act had a number of other deficiencies, including the fact that its governance provisions were extremely weak. There was no board of directors. The powers and roles and responsibilities were heavily concentrated in the hands of the Minister of Finance. We have changed all of that significantly. And so what we're now implementing is a strengthened NRF framework, including and in particular as it relates to the transparency of the operations.
Making it clear that the government would continue to be transparent about the oil funds, Dr. Singh said that the notification would be tabled at the next sitting.
We will, of course, continue to comply with the NRF Act. We will continue to publish in the official gazette as is required. And I might add that the law also requires these notifications to be tabled in the National Assembly. That you would have seen in the gazette yesterday a publication, and at the next sitting of the Parliament that notification will be tabled.
The gazette notification covers profit oil and royalty deposits from March 2020 to February 2022. While profit oil comes from Guyana's crude entitlements, royalties are paid on a quarterly basis. Gerald Bryan, The Evening News.
The Caribbean Examinations Council, CXC, has announced its decision to delay the start of the written and practical components of the Caribbean Secondary Education Certificate, CSEC, examinations, and the Caribbean Advanced Proficiency Examinations, CAPE. The examinations will be delayed by 3 weeks, with the new start date being May 23, 2022, and will end on July 1, 2022. Results are expected to be released in late August 2022 or early September 2022. CXC noted that the delay in the start of the written and practical examinations will not affect the oral examinations, which have already begun. The Council has also decided to give a 2-week extension for the submission of school-based assessments. However, students who have already submitted their SBAs can use the additional time to review their work and resubmit. As had happened in the 2021 examinations, CXC would release the broad topics that would be covered in the Paper 2 examinations. These topics will be released within the next 2 weeks. With the May-June rainy season approaching, Agriculture Minister Zulfikar Mustafa has said he is not going to depend on the Georgetown Mayor and City Council to put systems in place to prevent flooding in the capital city. In fact, the Agriculture Minister has said that from central government's end, engineers will be deployed across the city to ensure the pumps and sluices are operable. During last year's May-June rainy season, accusations of neglect and sabotage were leveled against City Hall after the absence of workers from sluices and pumps had led to flooding throughout the city after a night of heavy rainfall. Here's more.
The May-June season in our country is not a unique season, that a one-off season. Now we are having rainfall. The rainfall have already started. And over the last few months, you know for a fact that we have been having pumps and sluices and desilting of canals on an ongoing basis. So it's not a big preparation for May-June. We have been doing this work right around the year because we are having rainfall on a continuous basis. So what we'll do, we'll continue to do those type of work. We are looking, I have given instruction to ensure that all the structures are operable. We have things in place in terms of the sluices being serviced, the pumps being serviced. They are on standby to work immediately. And what we have been doing too around Georgetown area, I have asked our engineer to assign 3 engineers to Georgetown so that they can also monitor, because over the years you all know our problem with the city council, and I am not taking chances there too. We are having our engineer to monitor these pumps, monitor these outfalls, and looking at these sluices so that they can report on a real-time basis what are some of the problems that we are having and where we can make intervention.
Coming up, 1,000 black-belly sheep being examined for diseases before arrival in Guyana. And with promising results, government to now take wheat cultivation trial to open fields. Do stay with us. More news ahead.
Flavor, food, fun. It's back! GMS's Uncapped Marketplace returns this month with the full support of GTT via MMG and Business Solutions. Come join us for the Agro Processors Exhibition and Food Festival. Enjoy a range of local products made, mixed and blended to perfection. Check out the food court, games and other exciting attractions. It's all happening on April 30 and May 1 from 10 hours at the Guyana National Stadium. Admission absolutely free.
Your child needs nutrients every day. Enfagrow has DHA and iron, which supports your child's mental development. Enfagrow has components which cow's milk does not contain. Support your toddler's growth and complement their diet with Enfagrow. Let's fuel the wonder.
This product is not intended to be a substitute for breast milk. Mental development depends on various factors such as stimulation and adequate nutrition. Commercial cow's milk does not contain DHA but contains calcium and other nutrients.
It happens. Your septic tank is full. All the waste from your toilet goes into your septic tank through the sewage line. When your tank is full, the two most common indicators are an overflowing tank and an overflowing toilet. It is recommended that Sevon's Waste Management empty your septic tank every 2 to 3 years to avoid any embarrassment. And before you can say, shh, it's gone. Call Sevon's Waste Management today at 218-1455 or 218-1156.
Oh, how I love my Fruta. Wherever you're pouring, I know if you love Fruta as much as I do, you'd go for the 1 liter. It's the same great taste, same trusted goodness, packed with vitamins for the whole family. But now it's just a whole lot more for you to enjoy. Only $380 nationwide. Fruta.
Your child needs nutrients every day. Enfagrow has DHA and iron, which supports your child's mental development. Enfagrow has components which cow's milk does not contain. Support your toddler's growth and complement their diet with Enfagrow. Let's fuel the wonder.
This product is not intended to be a substitute for breast milk. Mental development depends on various factors such as stimulation and adequate nutrition. Commercial cow's milk does not contain DHA but contains calcium and other nutrients.
Welcome back. You're watching the Evening News. Police are investigating the circumstances surrounding the death of a 29-year-old pedal cyclist who was killed in an accident along the Enmore Access Road, East Coast, Demerara. The incident, which occurred on Monday at around 18 hours, involved motorcar PYY 9583 driven by a 27-year-old. Hanchan Basdio of Fowlis, East Coast, Demerara, was proceeding west along the northern side of the road on his bicycle whilst the car was proceeding east along the northern side of the road when the collision occurred. As a result of the collision, the pedal cyclist fell onto the road surface and received injuries about his body. He was picked up in an unconscious condition by the driver of the said vehicle and was taken to the Nambacalis Health Center, from where he was referred to the Georgetown Public Hospital. There, he was further examined and admitted a patient in the ICU section, suffering from injuries about the body. He succumbed at the hospital in the early hours of Tuesday. Breathalyzer tests were conducted on the car driver, but no trace of alcohol was found in his system. The driver is in custody assisting with the investigation. 3 days after he was involved in a serious accident at Plaisance, East Coast, Demerara, a 29-year-old man has succumbed to his injuries. Dead is Ronaldo Salder Paul, a security officer of Venezuela Scheme, Melanie, East Coast, Demerara. He died on Tuesday whilst at a city hospital where he was receiving treatment for his injuries he sustained in the accident, which occurred at around 18:55 hours on Saturday. Reports are that Saldre Paul, a motorcyclist, was proceeding west along the southern driving lane of the Pleasance Public Road when motorcar PPP 6446 drove north from out of Prince William Street onto the Pleasance Public Road and into the path of the motorcyclist. As a result, there was a collision which caused the motorcyclist to fall onto the road surface, where he received injuries about his body. He was then assisted by public-spirited citizens and taken to the Georgetown Public Hospital's Accident and Emergency Unit and was further transported to Woodlands Hospital to seek medical attention. The driver was released on $300,000 station bail. The Guyana Elections Commission's GECOM'S continuous registration exercise, which concludes at the end of May, has so far resulted in almost 20,000 new eligible voters being registered. Here are the details from Jarrell Bryan.
According to the data provided by GECOM Public Relations Officer Yolanda Ward, a total of 19,389 new eligible voters were registered as of April the 26th. Meanwhile, 15,234 new registrants between the ages of 14 and 17 were recorded by GECOM, 2,516 transfers, 4,156 changes, 4,493 replacements, and 1,075 photo retakes were processed, amounting to 46,863 in total transactions. GECOM had a statutory meeting on Tuesday. Speaking with this newscast on Wednesday, GECOM Commissioner Bibi Shadiq said that most of their discussions on continuous registration dealt with ensuring the smooth progression of the exercise.
We dealt mostly with that and the movement of scrutineers for mobile registration, those kinds of stuff.
The continuous registration process is necessary in updating the list of electors and paving the way for the hosting of local government elections. GECOM has said that this registration exercise is of crucial importance to first-time applicants. These are regarded as those persons who were 14 to 18 years old when they were registered during the 2019 House-to-House exercise. Jarrell Bryan, The Evening News.
As Guyana pushes to tap into a sub-industry of the agriculture sector that could earn US $43 million in annual revenue, authorities are taking extra efforts to properly examine a total of 1,000 Barbados black-belly sheep to ensure they are free of diseases before they are imported into the country. Amar Prasad reports.
In March, the Black-Belly Sheep Project was launched in Region 5 by President Dr. Irfan Ali, who noted that the initiative could earn US $43 million in annual revenue and create employment for close to 4,500 persons. Barbados and Guyana have already signed a pact whereby the Barbados mutton market would be supplied strictly by Guyana, that is, a market with a value of US $6.8 million. In order to support this project, the government had announced its intention to import 1,000 black-belly sheep. Agriculture Minister Zulfikar Mustafa told reporters on Tuesday that the animals are expected to arrive in the country within a couple of weeks.
Well, as I said, I spoke to the minister not so long ago, about 2 to 3 days ago, in agriculture in Barbados, and he told me that now they are having these sheep quarantine to send to Guyana. So hopefully in another couple of weeks we can have it, because they don't want to send it directly when they get it to Guyana. They want to quarantine it to ensure that there is no disease with these sheep and so. But we'll have the 1,000 black-belly. They are making the preparation to come.
Farmers have already been assured that the government will give full support to the industry to prepare their fields for the initiative. Already, 78 farmers have signaled their interest in the project and have signed up, making about 1,325 acres of their land available. President Dr. Irfan Ali had said that the government is going to hire a dedicated team specifically for this project that will, in full-time manner, work with the farmers here in support of the sector. Guyana is looking to expand its local production above 7,000 tons at the end of a 5-year period. The approach will require a capital investment of over US $175 million and approximately 25,000 acres of land. For the Evening News, Amar Prasad.
With promising results seen so far, the government will now take its wheat cultivation trial to the open fields. President Dr. Irfan Ali had announced that Guyana would explore the possibility of growing its own wheat in order to maintain food stability amid global shocks to world market prices. Earlier this month, the government stated that it will be testing 20 wheat varieties and started a very small trial, which is now showing promising results. Here is Amar Prasad again with the details.
Government had announced that it will be testing 20 wheat varieties. The initial trial phase began at the Burma Rice Research Station, Region 5, Mahaika Burpees, and is being conducted by scientist Dr. Mahendra Prasad. According to the Minister of Agriculture, Zulfikar Mustafa, the trial is so far showing good results.
This is a new crop for our country, and we are looking at some certain areas. So what the scientist told me, Dr. Mahendra told me, that he started some at the Rice Research Station, and the prospect looked very good, in a very small amount. So what he will do now, he'll come out in open field to start that trial there, and we are looking also at other locations in the country, right?
The minister stated that within the next 2 to 3 weeks, they will be conducting at least 2 open field trials, one at the said research station, and the other area being examined is Paramakitsoy Region 8.
In a matter of 2 weeks' time, 2 to 3 weeks' time from now, we'll have at least 2 locations that will do the trial. We have 49 lines, and each line has potential to become a variety. So I'm hoping that we can have the trial and the trial can be successful. So in another 2 to 3 weeks, we'll have at least 2 locations in the country, different parts of the country, that the trial will commence. We do it at a very small scale at this Rice Research Station. He told me just now that it's very encouraging.
He explained that the trials are not in large quantities and will occupy about half an acre of land each.
For the trial, you don't do large quantities. You do like about a half acres and so to ensure, but it has to be at least about 2 to 3 times to ensure that it has the kind of, it can withstand the climate in the country. And that we are doing.
Guyana is currently being affected by the rise in wheat prices globally. The surge in wheat and other commodity prices is a result of the ongoing war between Russia and Ukraine. Both states account for about 30% of the world's traded wheat. For the evening news, Amar Prasad.
The Ministry of Local Government and Regional Development has signed 12 contracts worth over $240 million to commence the construction of several roads, bridges, and other infrastructural works in Regions 2 and 3. Lawanda McAllister tells us more.
6 contracts were awarded to local contractors in the respective regions. The signings were held at the respective boardrooms of the regional democratic councils on Tuesday. Minister of Local Government Nigel Darmalal, during the short ceremony, told the contractors that the exercise forms part of the government's efforts to push community infrastructure development and enhance the lives of citizens.
We expect that these contracts are going to be completed within the specified contract period. And it is usually a policy of the government that we do not engage in variation even before contracts are, the first phase is being implemented.
He further advised the regional engineers to monitor projects to ensure contractors provide quality work in every community. The bill of quantity for these projects will be published. Meanwhile, the regional chairman of Region 2, Velma De Silva, said they have been working assiduously to ensure that all regions are up to standard for the one Guyana they are building. Region 3's Regional Executive Officer Jagnarain Samwar said that since the government assumed office, the region has significantly transformed. Minister Darmalal also handed over 2 tractors to the Region 2 administration to boost the region's agriculture program. The machines will be used to support maintenance work for farmers. The contract signed in Region 2 represents 16% of the region's capital program, which accounts for over $860 million. Lawanda McAllister for the evening news.
And now for a look at the bridge reports.
The Demerara Harbour Bridge is scheduled to be closed on Thursday, April 28 at 1:30 for a period of 1.5 hours. Meanwhile, the Berbice River Bridge is scheduled to be closed on Thursday, April 28 at 15:10 for a period of 1.5 hours.
Paris honored by MCYS and Gujarat Titans tames Sunrisers. Details of these stories and more in the Sportcast, sponsored by MACORP, coming up on the other side of the break.
Wash bay operators, are you looking for that unique service to elevate your business? Well, come on down to your #1 industrial store, Sylvie's, and invest in an undercarriage pressure washer tool. That's right, impress your customers by now washing under their vehicles easy and efficiently with an undercarriage tool. We have in stock different types that offer a wider range of services and can increase your revenue without having to invest in expensive ramps. Your customers are going to leave satisfied. So what are you waiting for? If you can't make it to our 31 High and Hatfield Streets location, we can deliver in and around Georgetown. Give us a call on 227-6226 or WhatsApp us on 623-7755 or visit our website sylviesonline.com. Sylvie's Industrial Solution, proudly serving Guyana for over 4 decades.
Looking to bring your dream home to reality or simply taking on a home improvement project? Then National Hardware Limited is where you should start. Let us put that touch to your home. Choose from over 1,000 Berger Paint original hues for any surface. We are known for our trusted brands such as Westinghouse, Philips, Satco, Rubbermaid, Pyrex, Gibson Home, and so much more. National Hardware Limited, your do-it-best store, located in downtown Georgetown and industrial site Rimeveld.
Oh, how I love my Fruta. Wherever you're pouring, I know if you love Fruta as much as I do, you'd go for the 1 liter. It's the same great taste, same trusted goodness, packed with vitamins for the whole family. But now it's just a whole lot more for you to enjoy. Only $380 nationwide. Fruta.
At John Lewis Styles, we carry only first quality men's and women's clothing, footwear, and accessories. As authorized dealers, our items come directly from the manufacturing brands and are available in all sizes and colors. What we sell was never on display in another store. It's time you know the truth about what you buy. Come visit us on Waterloo Street. John Lewis Styles, simply different.
Your child needs nutrients every day. Enfagrow has DHA and iron, which supports your child's mental development. Enfagrow has components which cow's milk does not contain. Support your toddler's growth and complement their diet with Enfagrow. Let's fuel the wonder.
This product is not intended to be a substitute for breast milk. Mental development depends on various factors such as stimulation and adequate nutrition. Commercial cow's milk does not contain DHA but contains calcium and other nutrients.